Alright, here we go. We're going to dive in the moment many of you have been waiting for, a detailed walkthrough of how I built this resistance band power rack. Okay, it's very, very simple construction, and as you can see down here, these are 2x4s, and it's just a box. I mean, it is just like a frame wall that you would see in a house, you know. There's 3 2x4s. There's one here, one in the middle, and one on the end underneath this skin, which is just basically 3/4 inch plywood. That's it. So that's all it is. It's a box built out of 2x4s, a little frame, and skinned with plywood. This is a rug. I haven't glued it down yet. I'm going to glue that down. But okay, so that's the base. Okay, now in the back, move this around. The back here, there's a 2x8. This is a 2x8 that's just screwed in with these high tensile strength Spax screws, and it's screwed in really, really well. As you can see, I put a lot of screws in there, and that board here is the foundation for these little sails here. You know, that basically they're just 45s. This is all cut on a simple saw. You could do this with a circular saw. Keep in mind, this is for demonstration purposes only. I'm not saying to do this. I'm just telling you how I did mine. Okay, I don't want anyone to get in any trouble, hurt themselves. If you don't understand how to use power tools and stuff, you shouldn't really probably be building this. But anyways, so then there's another sail here. So when the upright gets put in, as you can see here, that's a 2x6. What happens is these sails, basically these little 45s, keep this from going forward and backward and side to side, so they don't, you know, buckle. And it's very, very sturdy. I mean, this is sturdy construction, and it's all screwed and glued together. So that's really all there is to this thing. There's not that much to it. Now, as far as like dimensions and stuff like that, I built this thing based on the kit that I show a lot of times on my channel, this Instar band kit, you know, the Gym 3.0, and it came with this bar. So when I built this, I centered it around being able to put this bar on the end here and connect the eyelets to these eyelets with bands. And you've seen me do this in videos. So you take one and you hook it up, so you put it on the bar, and then you put one on one of the eye hooks like that, and then you get tension when you go up. You've seen me do this, and you watch my other videos and you'll see. But then I progressed to the black iron pipe, a bigger bar, and so that's wider, and I could have put these uprights further apart if I thought, well, I'm going to use this bar, you know, all the time, but I hadn't gotten to that point. So I could have made this wider, and that's one of the reasons that I haven't really done this video. Is I didn't want to tell anybody exactly, you know, what size to make everything, because you might make yours a different width, you might use a different bar. But the black iron pipe is great. You can get it at any home improvement place, and it's super sturdy. I mean, you're not going to bend it unless you're friggin' world's strongest man. I mean, you can put 400 or 500 pounds on that thing easy. It's not going anywhere, but I don't recommend you do that because I can't do that. But anyways, I don't want to get in any kind of trouble. This is just demonstration purposes. And then on the bottom here, you see how I put the pipe through. I just drilled through each side and just put a black iron pipe through, right through it. And you can see I drilled through the inside out, and I chipped off part of the wood down here. But it doesn't affect it, because all the force is going up. You know, it's pulling, you know, this way. So it's not gonna, you know, really make any difference. But I should have put the paddle bit most of the way through till I saw the paddle bit peek out, then came around this side and finished off. You know, that's how you normally do that. But I was in a hurry, and I just bored through the inside, you know. And anyway, it doesn't matter. So that's how I do like my deadlifts and stuff. And you'll see those in the videos where I do deadlifts and so forth, and test bands and stuff, which I'm about to do a test on some bands I bought, and you know, do a review. But anyway, So, I mean, that's really all there is to this thing. It's not that complicated. But what I will do is, and then the other thing is the eyelets, where to put the eyelets so that, you've got different places to attach weights, like these guys here, and the ones running up the side of each one of these uprights, so that you can adjust the tension with the bands. And if you watch my other videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. And you probably already know. If you're watching this, you probably wanted to see this thing. So there's my lighting again over there. Anyways, so that's really it. But what I was saying is, on my description below, I'll put a link, and I'm going to put a drawing, a mechanical drawing or whatever you want to call it, just a little give you an idea of exactly what the dimensions are of this one, and you can get an idea. But if you were to build something like this, you're on your own, and it's do it at your own risk. But you might want to do it a little different. You're kind of basing it on what you're going to use, and particularly the bar, obviously, for the uprights, because that's the whole idea, is to have the bar to do like regular type exercises like bench presses and squats that you can't normally do with bands effectively. I mean, you can put them on your feet and do all this stuff, but it's very difficult. With this, you can actually unrack it like normal and stuff like that. So I really like it. But anyways, I just wanted to do a little bit more of a detailed overview so you could see how really simple this construction is. And all I've done is just braced it, so that these uprights don't go forward and backward and side to side. That's really all there is to it. And it's heavy duty, it's sturdy. I don't feel in any way threatened by this thing. It's not going to collapse or anything under the kind of weight I put on it. The biggest thing I do is I pull with these deadlift bars down here, and I put the bar down on these little rake hooks that you can buy at like Home Depot. Holds the bar off the floor, and then you hook the things on. You can see the videos how I use it, and that's why people have asked. They're like, wow, I'd like to have something like that. It'd be cool. So there you go. That's the overview, and good luck with your project if you do one. And again, proceed at your own risk. Read my disclaimer underneath. Anyway, see you guys.